Hola chicos, ¿cómo están? Hoy estamos en nuestra clase del martes 7 de abril. Vamos a ahondar en un tema súper importante como son los martes 7 de abril en nuestro Centro Cultural Eduardo Úrculo. Vamos a ahondar en un tema súper importante como son los verbal tenses. Let's start with this. You know a lot of verbal tenses because we have practiced the verbal tenses in classes and you know how to use it. But I want you to make a comparison between the verbal tenses you to understand and to recover that knowledge that you have and to practice your knowledge about the verbal tenses. With that, I want you to start with this. For example, there's many verbal tenses, but we have to be careful and start with the simple things, like present simple versus present continuous. I want you to remember what's the most important thing about present simple. If you think about present simple, the most important thing is to remember to put the S on the third person. Remember to put the S. For example, she plays. It's the most important thing of the present simple that you have to remember. Also, with the present continuous, use the ing. But not only talking about put the S. What's the main thing that you have with the present simple? Is that you can use it to count things, to, for example, say things step by step, like on a list, like something that is, for example, actions that are happening. That happens all the time. Actions happens all the time. For example, to talk about habits or things or something that is common, that is common in your daily routine, in your life, or something. Okay, events, or maybe to make an affirmation or something, to say to somebody something. But the difference between with the continuous, like with the continuous, it's like the continuous is temporarily happening with the ing. It's happening in the moment. That's the main thing. And also that with the continuous you can also talk about the closely future, okay, that future that is not so far. That's why you have 2 points of view of the on this, and you can find the explanation here in Spanish about the two about the two tenses. Okay, let's continue with that. Here you have an example. The Smiths are going on holiday. If you watch it, the Smiths used to go on holiday, but they are going on holiday. It is happening in the moment. They usually go on holiday by train, but if you make an affirmation that something that they used to do, they usually do, they used to do that. That's why they usually go on holiday by train. They take a taxi on the station. You make an announcement about what they do. Okay, check the timetable and get on the train. They used to check the timetable and get on the train. You are saying things that are happening, okay, in the moment. At the moment, they are that are not that are happening, that used to happen. Okay, that's why we use that to say things only, but not to specify that they are happening in the moment, like the other tense. The other tense used to specify you that the things are happening right now in the moment. That's why we use the other tense to talk about things that are happening, not to talk about things that happens all the time. At the moment, they are standing in front of the timetable. At the moment they are standing in front of the timetable, if you look the sentence, you look the verb with the ing form. The ing form is here. Okay? if you look, the ing form is like it's happening on the time. They are standing. You mix it. You use the present simple, like no, the verb to be. Sorry, the verb to be with the verb with the ing, and you make the tense of continuous that is happening in the moment in front of the timetable. The train departs. That's why you use the s here. If you look at, the s is here because it's talking about the third person, it, the train, okay? It is with the s, okay? At 15:12, and arrives with the s because you are talking about with the third person also, okay? In Brighton at 16:45, okay? At at 6 p.m. the Smith are meeting because you are talking about the future. If you say it at 6, it's like there's that moment is not the 6, so you're talking about the future. That's why you use ing to talk about something that is closely to happen. But we are going to see that in the next explanation below, okay? Ben's aunt in Brighton, she studies with the s because they are talking about third person, law in London. But she's working with the ing because right now she's doing that, okay, as a waitress in Brighton during the summer holiday, okay? It's something that is happening right now during the summer holiday. That's why they specify that is working, okay? You mix it, the verb to be with the ing form of the verb also. Remember to put the s. For example, if study ends with y, you will replace it for a es, okay? Because the y is going to be replaced for that in the third person. So let's continue with that. Uses. You have a table to compare between the two things, the present simple and the present continuous. Why you have a table to compare? Because you have to see all the things that I said before about in Spanish. For example, if you look here, you have the explanation of they take a taxi to the station, check the timetable, and get on the train. There are 3 actions that are consequently right by the present simple. So if you are talking right now, like here, the Smiths are going on holiday. The Smiths are going on holiday. At the moment, they are standing in front of the timetable. At the moment, they are standing in front of the timetable. So, you have specified that it's right now. Okay, and the structure is different because one of them, only you have to pay attention to put the s in the third person and you use the words normally. But in the other, you have to mix it. The verb to be is or are, okay, depend of the case, with the verb with the ing form, okay? For example, if it is go, going. If it's stand, standing. Okay, you use the ing form to specify that you are using the continuous, okay? And the other one is without that, okay? If you are talking about an hour specified in the program, sometimes you can speak with the present simple about the future because this it's all something that happens all the days, like the trains leaves at that time in the timetable. It's normally, okay? Sometimes in the station they use the present simple to talk about the schedule of the trains, okay? So if you're talking about dates or something that you have, appointments, personal appointments, okay, or dates, you have to talk about in continuous. At 6, they are meeting with Ben's aunt in Brighton. Okay, you use the continuous to talk about that. Okay, something that happens daily in your life, often, always, or never. She studies law. She studies law in London. Okay, because she's always studying that. Okay, they usually go on holiday by train because they normally go on holiday by train, so they use that words. If you translate always, often, and never, you will have the translation in Spanish. Temporally things in a short period. You have she's working as a waitress in Brighton during the summer holiday because it's a time specifying that she's working by this time on Brighton during the summer holiday. Okay, but it's something that is happening right now. That's why we use the ANG, okay, in the moment. Okay, if you talk about the temporally things, you said this is one of the most important, because when you are making the structure of the sentence, you have to specify the time, okay? Always, every day, a month, often, normally, usually, sometimes, rarely, never, first, then, at the moment, right now, listen, look, today, this week, this summer, this year. Okay, there is some verbs in the present continuous that they solely use in present simples. For example, be, cause, fit, mean, remind, and sweet. Okay, they are on holiday. Okay, the verb to be, you cannot put in with the continuous. Also, another verbs that express possession. For example, have or belong. Okay, belong and have. The luggage belongs to the family. Okay, another verbs that you are referring to sense. Feel, hear, see, smell, taste, and touch. Let's see. They hear the loudspeaker announcement. Okay? Verbs that express emotion. Hate, hope, like, love, prefer, regret, want, wish. Okay? Ben loves going by train. Okay? You have to say it always with the present simple. Verbs about knowledge or thoughts. Believe, know, realize, recognize, seem, think, understand. He knows where they have to get off the train. Okay? And also direct clauses of the speakers. For example, of the speaking. Answer, ask, reply, and say. We must hurry to get to the train, Ben's father says. Okay? It's another way of saying, but in the simple form, be. She is happy about the holidays, for example. She's being silly. Another way of continuous. Have. He has two suitcases. He is having a good time. Okay? Feel. I feel that's a bad idea. He is not feeling well. The way to express this verb with the continuous way. Okay? Having you the idea, I want you to continue finishing this in your houses. I want you to start doing the exercises here that you have. You have exercises to do, okay? And then If you correct your ideas or something, you will be great. So goodbye, thank you for your attention, and thank you